Question 13. Storage and memory are important components of a computer system. Primary storage is one type of storage in a computer system. Tick one box to show which is an example of primary storage. So we know that primary storage is the storage directly accessed by the CPU. If we look down the list, we've got compact disk, which is secondary storage, hard disk drive, secondary storage, solid state drive, secondary storage. So this is probably the most straightforward question on the paper. Give one characteristic of primary storage. And in answering this question, we've just stated to get to our answer, we have to know that primary storage is directly accessed by the CPU. So let's pop that in here. Okay. Part B. Virtual memory can be created in a computer system. Complete the description about virtual memory. Use the terms from the list. Some of the terms will not be used. Some of the terms will be used more than once. So let's just very quickly talk about virtual memory. So virtual memory happens when the RAM is full. At that point, if the RAM is full and you're trying to do something else, your computer's got two choices. It can either just put its hands up and crash and say it can't do anything else, or we can take a little bit from some of your secondary storage, the hard disk drive or solid state drive, depending on what you've got, and start using that. It's going to be a lot slower, but it means your computer's not going to crash. So let's just have a little look. So virtual memory is used when the something is full. So if you know what virtual memory is, you know that when the RAM is full, that's when we have a problem. We need to start using something else, so we'll use the hard disk drive or the solid state drive. So let's go ahead and take that. Okay, it is created by partitioning the something. So we're basically saying, what do we use instead of the RAM? Well, we use the HDD. Okay, because these terms have been put in brackets, it's okay to use them, but in the exam, just write hard disk drive because it won't take you long. So data is divided into something that can be sent from something to the something. So we need to define what the data is being divided up into, and then say what it's being sent from, and then what it's being sent to. Okay, so we've got data divided up into binary. Doesn't sound right. We're not going to be dividing up into a hard disk drive. We're not going to be dividing up into hexadecimal. We're not going to be dividing up into an operating system. We've got a few other things down here. Not software, not sectors, not tracks. And we're not dividing it up into virtual memory, but we are dividing it up into pages. And one of the other things from this topic that you need to know about is what are pages. So pages is what we define the data that's when we're dividing it up to be stored, and you get something called a page fault. And a page fault is just when the CPU tries to access something that it thinks might be in the RAM, but it's not there because it's been moved to the virtual memory. That's what a page fault is. So the data is divided up into pages that can be sent from something to the something to be temporarily stored until they're required. So what we're doing is we're sending the pages from the RAM, because it says we can use some of the terms more than once. So we're sending them from the RAM, and where are we sending them to? Well, we're sending them to the hard disk drive, which we've already used. Right, let's have a look at the mark scheme for this one, and let's have a quick chat about that. So C, we were quite happy with that. Characteristic of primary storage, directly accessed by the CPU, has both volatile and non-volatile storage. So primary storage can be volatile or non-volatile. So volatile meaning, like the RAM, it loses its data when you switch it off. Non-volatile, like a ROM chip, for example, where the BIOS is, where that data is permanently stored. Those instructions that help start up your computer in the BIOS. So yeah, primary storage can be both of those. And then 13B, so we've got RAM, and we said hard disk drive. The data is divided up into pages, then it's sent from the RAM back to the hard disk drive, and they've also said, well, you could say it actually, once it's in the hard disk drive, it's now called virtual memory, but that's fine as well. Right, so I'll stop this one here. That's the end of this paper. If you've managed to look at some of these questions, well done. Hopefully it's been helpful, and on to the next paper now. Thank you.